Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm back with another video in which I'm going to review the Kindle OS's 10th generation. As promised, in my last video we unboxed this little device. If you guys haven't watched the video yet, I will link it down in the description box below, or you can look for the link in the top right hand side corner. Without wasting any time, let's get started with the review. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is exteriors, because it's literally the first thing we see in any device which we pick in our hands. We are going to do the same thing with Kindle as well. This is the power button which we use to turn on or turn off this device. This Kindle OS's 10th generation comes with the metal back, which looks really attractive. And not just that, this Kindle is also very sleek and also very lightweight. And in the beginning, I kind of underestimated how it's going to impact my reading experience, or you can say the user experience. But the day I started using this Kindle for the very first time to start reading my books, I was absolutely shocked at how it felt so comfortable in my hands. It was so lightweight and so smooth and so nice in my hands. And when I look back at the time when I was using my Kindle Paperwhite, I was not really very comfortable with it, how it used to feel in my hands. Also, this black panel is very touchy and catches fingerprint very easily, so be careful with that. And now coming to the display settings. I am so excited to talk about the display settings of this Kindle OS because it's literally going to magnify your whole reading experience. The first thing that I'm going to pick when it comes to display settings is dark mode. So we all know how dark mode makes our lives so much easier and so much comfortable on our phones. But having this on Kindle device is a game changer. When it's nighttime and I can switch onto the dark mode while reading my books before going to sleep, it's so much comfortable and so much easy on my eyes that I don't have to stress my eyes so much, and I can just read my books in dark mode. So I really love it. And the second thing is the warmth. So we all know how the white light is not so good for our eyes when it's the evening time or when we say the sun starts going down. Our human brain associates the white light with the daylight, but it's more of a strain on our eyes as opposed to the warm light, which is always easier on our optical system. So in this Kindle OS, we can schedule the warm light. We can either make it automatic, so as the sun goes down, the warm light will automatically turn on, or we can just manually turn it on at a specific time and turn off at a specific time of our own choice. We can also set its level. I like the level 14. It might not look so much yellower on this video right now, but it's just enough for my eyes. And even if you don't want to schedule it, you can swipe down from the menu and increase its level whenever you want. The next thing that I want to talk about in display settings is auto brightness. So let me just turn off my light right now and you will see the brightness slider going down. On its own, I didn't do anything. So this Kindle OS has this function where it can adjust its brightness according to its surrounding. Let me just turn it back on and you will see the brightness going up. Isn't that so cool? It works really well when you are switching your surroundings and you don't have to adjust your brightness every time. You can also turn off the auto brightness if you want. Now, it's time to address the elephant in the room and talk about the buttons. They are there and I love them because they are really useful. Initially, I thought that they are not much of a use, but I was wrong. Right now, the upward button is used for going backwards and the downward button is used for going forward when you are reading the book. And while I was unboxing it, I thought, what if I want to change how they work? What if I want to use the upward button for going forward and the downwards button for going backwards? And I didn't think that they had an actual option to change its usage and change how it works, but they had. In the reading options, we had this option to change how the buttons work. We can either keep them as they are default, or we can just revert their use and it will work according to our own choice. And right now the upward button is used for going forward and the downward button is used for going backwards. The next thing I want to talk about when it comes to buttons is how they are placed just at the right spot. Even if you are reading in the landscape mode, the buttons are at the right place. You just don't have to extend your finger a little extra to have access to them. It's just that your finger will be naturally at that spot, and the buttons will be much more easier to access than the touch screen, and you will love having them. You will love having to use them while you're reading. Same goes for the portrait mode as well. Your hands will automatically fall at that spot where using buttons will be the better option for you. Now, talking about how our Kindle OS's 10th generation was manufactured to be waterproof. So anytime you're sitting near a water body and reading on your Kindle device, or you end up spilling some water by mistake, you don't have to worry about damaging your Kindle. Although I cannot say the same about your paperbacks or hardbacks. I totally forgot to pick up my book from there before pulling this stunt, but your Kindle device will be absolutely safe. The next thing that we're going to talk about is grip. So this is a little controversial. I have heard a lot of people saying that this thing didn't really help, but I loved how 1/3 of the Kindle has this bit of raised bar, because when you are holding onto your Kindle from the flat surface, it can literally slip from your hands. But if you hold your Kindle from the raised edge, it gives your thumb a bit of grip, or it gives your hands a bit of grip, and you are less prone to slipping your Kindle from your hands. Considering it's also a metal body, this was really considerate of the Amazon to make it like this. Now, talking about the screen. So the one thing I absolutely loved about Kindle OSs is that the screen is wide and it's bigger than Kindle Paperwhite, because I do not really like reading on small screens. It just gives my whole reading experience a bit of a claustrophobic feel, and I don't like that. Having this wide screen to read on was really comfortable, and it was really nice, because even when you change its orientation to the landscape mode, it doesn't feel like that you're reading on a small screen. When I used to do that on my Kindle Paperwhite, it wasn't really helpful or comfortable. Now, let's take a look at how the Kindle OS's 10th generation is going to perform in the broad day sunlight. Because let's be honest, when you are reading, you're not just reading inside your house, but you are also reading outside. That's the whole point of having the Kindle, being able to carry all the books that you have inside just one device. So it's much obvious that we have to see that how this device is going to perform in the sunlight. So this is the dark mode. And I personally observed that this quality of Kindle OS's 10th generation screen is much more beautiful than the older generation Kindle that I used to have. It's much more sharper, much more clear, and this is how the day mode looks like. The words on the screen look much more clean, and they are very easy to grasp. You don't really have to stone your eyes a lot, and I really loved that. Let me show you guys how the books and the covers look like. Again, very sharp and very clear. The quality speaks for itself. And while I was at it, I also thought that I will show you guys how the back of this Kindle looks like in the broad day sunlight, so you guys can figure out for yourself if you really like the color you will be investing in or not. So let's flip it. Just as I thought or expected, a little bit lighter in the sunlight and a bit more darker when you are sitting indoors and taking a look at it. It reminds me of the color Space Gray from the MacBook range, although I do need a cover for it. Now, coming on to the battery. So this was shot when I literally exhausted my Kindle battery after reading for a lot of hours straight, and now I'm going to charge it using this adapter which I got with my iPhone SE, and I'm going to use the wire which I got with this Kindle OS's 10th generation. And let's see how long it takes to charge the Kindle to 100%. I'm just going to plug it right now. And the specifications of Kindle OS's 10th generation say that if we charge this Kindle with a 5-watt charging brick, then it will get completely charged up to 100% in just 3 hours. So right now it's 3:21. We are using the right accessories. We are using the 5-watt Apple charger and the charging cable that we got with this Kindle OS. Let's wait. So now the device is completely charged up. Right now it's 7. But I promise when the time was around 6:05 or around 6, the device was completely 100% charged. So the claims that were made in specifications were absolutely true. It's time to touch the topic which I left for the last part of this video, and it's the shortcomings of this device. The first thing that I didn't like in Kindle OS's 10th generation is that it doesn't have an audiophone jack. At this price point of $21,999, I was expecting that the Kindle OSs will have an audiophone jack so that I can listen to my audiobooks on Audible. But it didn't. And that's something that I didn't really appreciate about this device. And the second thing that I didn't like about Kindle OSs is that it has this old school USB port for charging. It works with USB 2.0. And it would be great if it was a USB-C. Because right now all the devices which are coming in the market have this USB-C charging port. So you will need to carry only one type of charging cable with you at the times of traveling. And B, USB-C charging port gives you the option of charging your device much more faster. So guys, now we are done talking about all the fantabulous and all the shortcomings of this Kindle OS's 10th generation. And after using this device for straight 3 days, my conclusion would be that this Kindle OS's magnified and glorified my reading experience so much that there is no way that I can survive my reading journey without it. Despite its shortcomings, this device is totally amazing. It will change the reading game for you because when you enjoy the reading, you naturally do it more. So in a long time, I haven't really enjoyed my reading on an e-reader, but Kindle OS changed that for me. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this device. Are you thinking of investing in it or not? And I will see you guys in my next video. Till then, bye.